Two little dads, make a little love.
No, don't ever
Get
do
down
this.
tonight. Woo, woo. Get
Don't
down
ever
tonight.
Do the second part.
Welcome back, everybody, to Us Against Everything. We are officially on our third episode. I can't even believe it.
I mean, I can. It's only 3 episodes.
It's only 3 episodes. Calm down, Liz. Today, we are going to talk about Love is Blind. People are probably wondering, why the fuck are these two talking about Love is Blind? Well, there's a reason. Landen and I, it's actually one of like my favorite moments in life. Around the time that Landen was about to propose to me, this show came on for the very first time. And it was like engagement. Like it was literally swimming all around us. And I'm like, oh my God, am I getting engaged here? Like we had just hit our 2-year dating anniversary and Landen proposed. And it's wild because he ended up proposing on Friday, March 13, 2020. Took me out to the dinner, pulled out the ring. We went to the Olive Garden, and then COVID hit and the whole world shut down.
Legit the very next day.
This show meant so much to me, and I remember it vividly because it was like my personal sign. But, you know, unfortunately, Love is Blind has turned into Drama R Us.
The last like 2 seasons, like way more. Like from the beginning to now.
Absolutely. And we like totally were so obsessed with like Cam and Lauren. It just hit us different because we were like, yes, we feel that vibe.
I just loved Cam and Lauren. They were great. They were my favorite. I was like on the edge of my seat, like, oh my God, is he going to propose to her? Like,
they felt real, no games, no weird energy, just a genuine connection. And no offense, actually take offense, Love is Blind, because we don't see that shit anymore.
Not even close. This season we got one that was pretty close, which was Vic and Christine.
Right.
But we didn't really get to see them though.
No, because they were like, oh, they're boring.
Yeah, we really didn't even get to see them in the pods. Like,
no.
We got to see their intros and like maybe one conversation, and then all of a sudden they got engaged. So to us, it was like, whoa, you're going fast. But really, it probably like they talked about such boring things that like they were like, we don't need you.
Yeah, they were like, oh, these two aren't going to fight about shit.
Right, these two aren't going to do.
They love each other way too much. We don't want that. No. Come on, somebody call Jessica. We need Wine Dog again.
Oh my God, Wine Dog.
We're going to go over some things that you may or may not know about this show that I have to share because I am so triggered and I am so mad. This season really sent me over the edge. We have a friend, me and Landen, like we all like have this like group chat and we sit there and chit chat about the seasons and it's just getting shittier and shittier and shittier. Bring back Queer Ultimatum, please, and thank you.
No more for you.
We don't want the gays. Like, thanks, guys. All right. Well, just an FYI, the pod films for just 10 days. That's it. That's how fast people are getting engaged.
That's crazy. Like, it's either you get engaged in 10 days or you're off the show.
Yeah, you don't get chosen.
Right. No second part for you, no Mexico or wherever they decide to send them.
And then the contestants can't see each other at all until the proposal, which, I mean, sometimes they propose quickly, but then again, maybe they save the proposals at the end. It's all edited, so it's hard to see. Now, producers reportedly edit storylines heavy. Some couples barely get seen, and we've seen that. There's been couples that made it through, and they didn't even get screen time. There has been multiple successful marriages from 1 and 3 specifically.
Yes, those were probably like after season 3 was like, it was no more. They were like, nah, we're not doing the love thing anymore.
Cameron and Lauren are still married and are basically like the gold star standards.
Right. I definitely agree. And everybody still, like in the one of the groups that I'm in one of the Love is Blind groups I'm in, every season, everybody compares and does a poll of like Cam and Lauren being the best, and all the couples, does anybody match up to that?
Right.
And nobody did until this season, again with Vic and Christine. But even then, I still just don't know if there's a Cam and Lauren.
And they put huge political enemies there. They do that on purpose.
They did that last season.
They do a lot of liberal women, like a lot of, and then they do a lot of MAGA men.
Right, trying to like push them together, because they do that on purpose. Because they're like trying to prove a point that Love is Blind, where like, oh, you could fall in love with somebody that's also on a different political standpoint than you, and that's very true. You can, and that might have been okay back in the day, but not this day and age.
Now there is an application, but a lot of casts are actually recruited on social media.
Not shocking.
Now, producers basically DM people on Instagram and LinkedIn who are single, have good careers, look good on camera. Many contestants didn't even know about the show before being contacted. So, translation, they're basically casting personalities plus visuals, not people looking for love.
You gotta be sexy and also prove some way that you could be crazy too and cause some chaos. Otherwise, get out of here.
Absolutely. Now, contestants go through psych evaluations, background checks, medical screenings, allegedly. They're specifically looking for people that are open to marriage fast. I don't agree with that one. I don't think they are really give two shits about that piece.
I think that they need to. I think they like say that they're open to it, but they're like, but you could always say no at the end.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. They'll say, hey, you want to fall in love and get married in 10 days? Come on, Now they're looking for people who are emotionally vulnerable. Again, I don't see a lot of that. Big personalities, that one I definitely believe.
I also don't really believe that they go through like some sort of extensive like psychological evaluation, because a lot of these guys would definitely not make it if they went through something like that. Like they were probably like, are you a pedo? And do you want to murder somebody? All right, you're in.
Oh, you don't? You're fine then.
And they just believe that like, no, I don't. It's so easy to lie.
They just don't want like stable. They want emotionally expressive. Filming requires taking time off work as well. So some cast members have had to quit their jobs, use unpaid leave, and honestly, there's no guarantee of success or fame. So you're risking your real life for a maybe. Cast members reportedly make around $1,000 per week or less. Now, here's the interesting piece. Huge paychecks may come after the fact, but that's only if you hit it big.
Again, like I said, like trying to be a villain, because that's how you get the most money. Either being like a Cameron and Lauren, being like the most greatest couple in the world and everybody loving it, or being drama filled and like being remembered for that.
Dates can actually last between 10 and 12 hours a day. You're talking through a wall, no phone, no internet, no outside contact. It's basically emotional isolation and forced connection.
And imagine what a lot of these people are talking about. And it's like, even like this season being the most political, we didn't really see much of it. And it's like, how did you not see this? If you are talking to somebody for 10 to 12 fucking hours a day, what are you talking about? And you're doing this for like at least 10 days. Well, how do you not see?
But
someone,
some of them lie too.
I know, like they are great. We should be seeing the raw footage. That's what I want. I want no Love is Blind. I want the raw footage of these 10 to 12 hours, not that footage, all the footage that ends up on the floor. That's what I want to see.
I actually had a customer a couple of days ago tell me that exact same thing happened to her, that she went on 5 dates with 5 different men online, which, guys, most dangerous place to meet somebody nowadays.
This day and age, no.
Right. But anyways, she said that she asked every single one of them if they were MAGA, not Republican, just MAGA. and every one of them said no, and everyone turned out to be that way because they think that, oh, if I say that, it's going to be an issue, but if I, make her fall in love with me, it's not going to be an issue.
You can only pretend for so long. That's what I'm concerned about. Like,
yeah,
if you're talking to somebody for 10 to 12 hours and they are pretending, there has to be statements that people are not thinking of. Like, if, for instance, Mike talking about children 75 fucking times.
Oh yeah, that got creepy fast.
That is really creepy. Why are you so gung-ho on this?
For me, like, this is how I feel about it. I understand that everyone has this image of what you want for a relationship. Everyone wants to get married, like picket fence, have the kids, have the dog in the yard, maybe a cat, whatever, a fish, who cares? But there's an image, right? And if you can't fit in that category,
it's because we're brainwashed. That's what it is. It's like,
and it's like you let go of somebody you absolutely adore because she didn't want to be a baby making factory. I hate to say it, and she didn't even say no.
Absolutely. I think he was thinking about it deeply. I think also because she wasn't like 100% like yes about the kids,
right,
was like a thing. And I'm like just thinking, I would never pick, like, you have to look at your life as what is here and now. Mike was so much about the kids. Emma was like, I don't know. Like, at first she told him straight up, no kids. I don't really want kids. Not really that she said no, actually. She straight up told him that she wasn't sure if she wanted children.
I'm glad she like called him out at the reunion. Like, me saying yes was basically me saying, yes, I'll have kids with you.
Right. And then she, over time,
because she knew it was his bottom line.
Right. And over time, he somehow convinced her, because in these 10 to 12 hour fucking conversations, I'm sure that's all he talked about. That would drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that's all you want, like you said, he's trying to turn her into a baby making machine, because that's the narrative they're trying to push, right? They want women to be back at home, being like
barefoot in the kitchen and
pregnant with a baby hanging on her hip while the husband goes out and works. But we don't live in that society anymore, where
not with these prices.
Right. With these prices, women can't sit at home anymore.
We all got 2-3 jobs at once.
Right. And it's just like, I just don't know how they can't see these. Is it Chris? Chris with the...
Oh yeah, his yoga comment. His yoga
Pilates or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, oh my God. But he said that, and the producer was like, quick, get a camera. Say it again. Say it 20 times.
And then they even recorded him
100 times.
And then they recorded him in the bathroom even talking shit too. Like,
and then he brings it up to the girl. He's like, yeah, you look like you got some yoga pants. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, which comes to our next point about alcohol being constantly available. Like, these people are so drunk.
This should be something that should be like a chargeable offense, in my opinion. Like, I know that they don't have to take the alcohol. I get all that. But it's available like an open bar. Multiple cast members say that alcohol is always flowing. It's encouraged. It leads to obviously faster bonds, more emotional reactions, more drama, and of course, less inhibition. You're not going to be paying attention to those cameras. You're going to be your true, authentic, drunk self.
Well, yeah, because they call it liquid courage, right?
Right.
So they just keep giving it to them. Like, a lot of these people are probably like, I don't know how to really act with all these cameras around and this and that. And then they're like,
I mean, I would. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol, period. But if I had a camera in my day 24/7, I'd be like, yeah, I'm just gonna, okay, that's fine now, you know?
Right. I mean, I probably would not, but that's just me, which is why I probably would be like Vic and not on the show, because it seemed like Vic and Christine also didn't drink.
Oh, they would villainize the shit out of you. You would say something.
For sure. I would be probably one of the biggest villains, because I say a lot of things, and they would be chopping all that up into saying some random phrase I didn't even say.
You would have Nick Lachey and Vanessa come out and be like, who the hell do you think you are? And you'll be like, I didn't even say it. Like,
I didn't even say that. I would be, but they wouldn't like me, because then I would be at that reunion being like, I actually didn't say any of that. And those are pieces of different conversations I said.
Oh, you ain't allowed to go against production.
I don't give a shit.
You get like sued.
Spank me on the behind, spank my fanny sideways. I don't care. I will not tolerate that crap. I don't give a shit. That's why I can't be on a show like this.
sleep deprivation is also happening. So not only are they dehydrated from all the alcohol, but they can't sleep either.
I mean, come on, would you be able to sleep without alcohol and then all the drama? And then also you have to be talking to somebody for 10 to 12 fucking hours a day. Like,
absolutely. And then everyone has a character. Again, the villain. I'd probably be the naive one. Then there's the heartbreaker. It depends on the storyline that your words bring. One thing that kind of gets fucked up, and it's true, and this is something a lot of people don't think about too much unless you've genuinely been in this position, you lose control of your image.
absolutely. Because what you see is like, it's a character, right? It's a storyline. It's not who they are in real life. Some of them are like this in real life, but like you said, like the villain, you can spin something one way, 20 ways to make somebody look bad or make them look good. It just depends on how you want to make them look.
Yes, it's so that you're not focusing on the show itself, but the characters and what they've done. So you're not mad at the show, but you're mad at the people. Once it airs, social media gets exploded. Public judgment is brutal because people are so disgustingly judgmental.
I mean, absolutely. Like I said, like I'm in a lot of groups and I mean, they rank them, they say things, like there is no getting away from it. Like we have internet now that like you could put anything on anywhere in like 50 different platforms in a matter of seconds.
Right. It's true. Even, that lady yesterday coming at me telling me I needed to see a makeup artist. And then after I called her out, she was like, oh, well, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Good luck to your job. They could be sitting there, like you could be, your boss be like sitting there one day and it's like, oh shit. Oh, wow. That's who you are. Oh, I mean,
yeah, we know that people have gotten fired over things that they say, like specifically not on this show, but Big Brother. A few people for their hateful speech that they said on shows that's on national television, and
right.
Now you can't work for that company anymore. They don't want that image.
Exactly. Well, love might be blind, but production definitely isn't.
Ain't that the truth?
Do we think that these people go on the show to actually find love?
I think there might be some people, and I think it's more women than men.
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a lot more of that. There's a few men that are like the marriage guy.
Right. Again, Vic, this season, number 1. He went on there for love.
I saw Vic. We were going through the cast members and sending them to my friends. And I saw Vic and I was like, he's a good one. And I knew it. And I was so right about that one. I was very happy about that. Would season 1 cast survive on today's version of the show? Lauren and Cam wouldn't even make the cut.
Not in today's standards, and if they did, they would have been the Vic and Christine, and then we would have saw none of them, and then maybe we wouldn't love them as much.
But then again, it's like, I think Jessica and Diamond specifically kind of set the standards for the villains in the situation. Now, although I don't believe Diamond was a villain in this, but they kind of portrayed her to be one, Jessica, on the other hand, was giving wine to her dog, which was so hard to watch. Total cringe moment. Probably one of the most memorable pieces of the show. And then I feel like production spent a lot of time trying to push her to keep going after Barnett.
Carlton and Diamond situation, I feel like they didn't blow that up as much, and I don't know if that was due to Carlton or like not wanting things to get out there or what it was, but I mean, it was a little bit of a blow up, but I feel like in today's standards, they would have heavily focused on that. Like him talking about him being bisexual, being scared about him being bisexual because she said like, oh, what if you fall in love with a man over me? She was really like about that. Like that was like one of her biggest things. They would have like blown that up.
Right.
They would have focused on it.
Have you noticed that they have not run into a situation like that ever since?
Right, they probably won't. They won't put it on there because they don't want to get scrutinized.
Oh hell no! These bisexual people ain't coming out and saying shit. Neither would I. I'd be like, I ain't saying shit to these people. Why? So that can get thrown in my face? No, thank you. Now, do you think that producers choose drama over real connections now?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, it's been very evident, especially the last 3 seasons. It has been one fucking shit show. I think there was one season, was it last season, where they had not even one match?
Yeah, I think it was last season. Not a single one got married or nothing. Like, there was just nothing there.
Do you think that you could trust someone enough to get engaged in 10 days on television?
Hell no.
I don't think so either.
Also, like, I would maybe know if I was interested and wanting to date them. That's about it. Nothing more than that.
Yeah, for me, I am like somebody who would go with the flow of things, and I know I feel myself. I would totally get caught up in something like that. This fake love bombing relationship, nothing true and authentic, just a red flag walking about.
Jesus.
Do you think love can actually be blind, or is attraction always gonna matter?
I mean, I don't really know. I never talked to somebody through a wall. I think that there probably is a possibility. I mean, look at Cam and Lauren. It clearly can happen sometimes. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you have a real, raw, genuine connection with somebody and you really make that effort to be open and honest and connect in a certain way, I'm pretty sure you probably can. And I feel like attraction comes within, because I am attracted to somebody based off of their soul and their personality before their looks.
It's true. Looks do pull me in for sure. There's a thing. I'm not gonna lie. But if that person has an ugly energy, I pull away hard. Why don't we see successful couples as much? Well, duh.
I mean, we've answered this over and over again because the show doesn't want that.
Pretty much. Are we being trained as a society to only value toxic relationships and acceptance?
Kind of seems like it.
Yeah, it's like we're saying this right here is what you should expect when it comes to relationships. If it ain't that level, it ain't love. I used to think that relationships were supposed to be that way, that it was supposed to be this intense back and forth, make up sex, kind of like toxic energy, you know?
That is crazy, because I thought the total opposite. I was like, God, relationships are not supposed to be this toxic and hard and all this craziness. Like,
I know that now, but no, I didn't.
I've always felt that way. I was always like, this is crazy. I do not like this. Like, I would rather be single.
See, I don't like this question. Would you rather have a peaceful love or a passionate, chaotic one? For me, I think you can have a peaceful love with passion and a little chaos. I don't think it's bad to sprinkle all that in there. It's just you can't go to an extreme.
I think there's different levels of things, like peaceful, obviously. Passionate, obviously. You don't want to have a just peaceful and boring relationship. You want to have passion. And chaotic in what? Chaotic in having fun, chaotic in going traveling, chaotic in like...
Chaotic in screaming at each other.
Right, you could be the other way, like screaming and toxic and this and that, or a fun chaotic where you like wake up on a Tuesday afternoon and decide I'm booking a cruise and I'm leaving tomorrow and I'm just living my life. Like
that
there's many different... Right, there's many different chaotics. That is my kind of chaotic. Like... Yeah, let's get up and go. Let's go do something. That's me. But no, don't sit here punching me and kicking me and then thinking we're going to have sex later. Like, that's just weird.
Well, some people are into that.
Right. Some people are into that. That's some people's kink, and good for you, not me.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I'm not into it either. Do people confuse intensity with connection? Yes, they absolutely do. There is this, okay, when people first get into a relationship, everyone puts a mask on. Everyone tries to be on their best behavior. That is a version of themselves, but it isn't the only version. And we tend to get in relationships where we see that version, and then even though they're showing us consistently these red flags, in our mind, we still think that they're that same first person that we met. And in reality, no, that's just either a facade or a very, very small part, depending on if they're trying to get you or not.
you're just meeting these people for 10 days, talking about this specific show, and you're like, oh, but who I met when I first started talking to him, like, you don't really even know who this person is. Like, what are you talking about when you met? Like you said, it's a facade. These people can play nice for a few minutes. Like, some of them can keep their cool until shit gets real.
Right. I mean, some people in the world can pull it off for years on end.
Right, but eventually they crack.
Are we addicted to drama in relationships because of shows like this?
I mean, not me, but I do think a vast majority of society is thinking they got to be in these chaotic, weird, toxic relationships. And it's like, no, you don't.
No, it is true. If you met your person, so me, in the pods, and you weren't physically attracted to me, would you still try?
I mean, I already am. So that wouldn't be a thing. But I would definitely still try because, again, looks don't mean really anything to me.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't really care
if that person
what somebody
is super
looks like.
kind and wonderful and nice.
Yeah, there's things that I care about way, way more.
Right. If somebody's willing to get on a video game with you and play with you, or just have a laugh, or ride a golf cart, just fun things, go swimming, whatever, things that you enjoy. Like, I would love that more.
Remember, like, you ain't gonna look like this forever. You're gonna eventually age. You're gonna eventually get old, and like, but does that person have a good heart?
It gets all of us.
Right. Is this person good to me? Do they have a good heart? Are they kind to me? You know, do they treat me well? Those are things that I care about more.
Absolutely. Now, would you go on a show knowing that your entire life would be judged?
Absolutely not.
Me either. I'm okay with you guys judging my career. That's fine. But you ain't going to be judging my love life. F that. Was the wine and dog moment the official downfall?
I think a lot of people lost respect for the show at that point, especially because not only did they film it, they also put it on like the show, and it's like you totally could have just not showed that, because that was like endangering the welfare of an animal.
Absolutely, because of the grapes,
right? And you're just allowing this to happen. You're just allowing her to do this, and then again putting it out there. But again, they want to make you look like a villain. She was the villain of that season. She had all kinds of other red flags, and it was like that one pushed it over the edge.
Because she's dabbling in the alcohol side of things, they really like hyped that part up of her being drunk. Like, that she was a consistent person to drink. So they were really trying to make her look like a big alcoholic, in my opinion. Which I don't necessarily think she was. I think she was just kind of nervous of being on the show. What made you realize this show wasn't about love anymore?
I think when they allowed Shake on the show to Deep Tree about her
carrying her on his shoulders.
Could I carry you on my shoulders? And like just the way that he talked to her and everything. And then even he still proposed to her. And they went to the retreat, and he just wasn't attracted to her, and they still let him stay on the show. Like, I'm like, you're doing this for drama.
Yeah. Wow.
Making them meet their parents. It was just so crazy.
I forgot about that fucker. And then Zach and Bliss is also another relationship that I really liked. That one, he almost lost her. He
definitely almost lost her. I loved Zach and Bliss together. Loved them so much together.
But I'm glad that he figured it out that he made a mistake.
Right. He definitely made a mistake because like he saw she was like crazy, not the one, which he already was feeling that way. But I can't even remember her name, but the other one that he did pick, like he did see relatively quickly. He was like, oh, yeah, this girl is only in it for fame. Like, absolutely. She doesn't love me.
And dude that didn't pick Jessica. Oh, and she was like, when you see me.
Oh, yeah. Him with the Megan Fox. Like, I was screaming at the TV. I was like, she looks nothing like Megan Fox. Nothing, dude.
Trade her as crazy, we should say, because we really don't know.
I think she was a little bit like, a little nutty. And maybe she wasn't, or maybe whatever. But I feel like they heavily hyped up that.
Oh, yeah.
That Megan Fox thing. Like, they hyped that up.
Oh, definitely, because this is the thing, though. I don't even think she thinks she looks like Megan Fox.
No, she said one thing, and it blew up. And I think the producers were telling him on the men's side, they were like, yeah,
Megan Fox is with us today.
Right. Like yeah, man, she looks like Megan Fox.
God.
She looks like... Megan Fox.
Oh my God, can you imagine? Anyway, that was absolutely
Just
mortifying.
to ruin his
I'd
life.
be like, I would be like, I look like no celebrity. Like, period. I look like me.
Right. I just don't even understand like why you had to say that. Like, because again, you are supposed to not tell people what you look like.
Exactly.
That's the point of the thing.
And would you rather an instant chemistry or a slow burn romance?
I would like both.
I like an instant connection too, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go more slow burn love because I enjoyed those moments before we even got together.
Yeah, but we had instant chemistry though. Like I just felt like there was something instantaneously there.
Well, yeah,
but that
of
also
course.
was slow burn, which was why I said both. The current love I have now is what I wish to have.
Do you think we would have worked if we met in the pods?
Yes, because we didn't need pods. Our situation was already
kind of fucked up
as it is, and we still fell in love, and neither of us even knew it was happening until way later. And then when we look back now at old videos and clips of our life back then, we're like, how the fuck didn't we know? And
literally.
Everybody else did though. And some other people, we were like, how didn't you know?
Right. People were like, you guys are totally into each other. And we're like, no, the fuck we're not. We're with other people. Well, I agree with you. I think we would have done very well in the pods. I think we would have been doing anywhere. We could have met at Mar-a-Lago, cleaning up horse shit, side by side,
doesn't matter,
working for fucking Poopster over there, fucking Nod Dump. We still would have fallen in love. So.
Yeah, I don't think anything. Like, I remember that one statement when my ex was like, you guys would be terrible together, and I snapped and I said, actually, I think we would be fantastic. Yeah, amazing together, fantastic together. And look at where we are. We are still fantastic. 8 years later.
We even Love is Blind is going through their own like hard times in their relationship, and here we are still standing,
still in love, still happy. So I know all you stalkers out there, you think randomly we're just gonna split up. It ain't happening.
Hell no.
We will weather every storm together, no matter what. It does not matter. We are both gonna go down together like the Titanic.
You jump, I jump. Have you ever stayed in a relationship because you didn't want to start over? Yes. I did twice.
My first marriage, yes.
Yikes. Yeah. Unfortunately it happens, but oh my God, guys, just a key piece of advice. Don't do it. Don't do that.
-0 out of 0.
You are missing out on life. What do we believe will come of this show? I mean, it's eventually going to get canceled one way or another. Like, that's always a fate. So that's a given.
There's something bound to happen here, which I think we're coming up to, where it's going to end up, like you said, getting canceled. Like, we're coming up on people either really fighting each other or hurting each other, or something being done or nobody signing up, or just getting like really trash. Like, there's something coming.
I also wish they would go in the direction of queer love, because I believe that there are a lot of people that are queer, because our love, I don't know, there's a jealousy out there, I don't know, but queer love is so beautiful as well.
That might be the only thing that would be a saving grace for this show.
Right. I think it would be a saving grace as well. So if they do that, I think they would do well. I don't think they will, though, because whatever reason, we don't still have yet to have a gay bachelor and a lesbian bachelorette, but you know how shows are, right? God forbid they stand outside of the box. No, we're all afraid to do that. We're too afraid to show adults what's really happening because it's scary. Ooh.
Right. You just don't watch it if you don't want to look at it.
Literally. But I do believe that the show's going to go for a couple more seasons. I really wish that they would replace Vanessa. Not a big fan. Oops. I mean, yeah, I really wish that they, I don't know. They need to change it up. Something's got to give. We need more love, or I'll be not watching it ever again. I'm going to give it one more shot. If I don't feel love the next season, I'm done. Well, that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you guys so much for being here, for following. We really appreciate it. We have a lot of fun stuff coming, But our next episode is going to be about Roswell. I am so excited, so pumped.
Me too. Very excited. Can't wait. This is Us Against Everything.